But it was another disappointing season with Real Madrid, who failed to win anything in David's second season. With the lack of footballing success, David managed to finish on a high, helping the British team win the 2012 Olympic bid.
What does this mean for you, for London?
For me, for the East End of London, for the whole of London, for the whole of England, you know, I think it's a proud moment. It's a very proud moment.
While Beckham wasn't enjoying an easy time in Madrid, the lead up to the 2006 World Cup was creating incredible excitement in the UK. England had been tipped as one of the tournament's favourites. There were huge expectations. It was England's best team for 40 years, and the nation thought Beckham would lead them to win the World Cup. But the England team did not live up to their expectations. But David saved the team from a poor performance by scoring a wonder free kick against Ecuador to secure England's place in the quarter-finals against Portugal. But during the game against Portugal, Beckham's fitness was questioned and he suffered from dehydration sickness. David was substituted after getting an ankle injury. He sat tearfully on the sidelines as England were beaten by Portugal in a penalty shootout. The next day, Beckham called a press conference to make an emotional announcement.
If you bear with me, because I wrote this late last night, and on November 15th, 2000, Peter Taylor gave me the greatest honour of my career in making me captain of England and fulfilling my childhood dream. Now, almost 6 years later, having been captain for 58 of my 95 caps, I feel the time is right to pass on the armband as we enter in a new era under Steve McClaren. This decision has been the most difficult of my career to date. But after discussing it with my family and the closest to me, I feel the time is right. Finally, I have lived the dream. I am extremely proud to have worn the armband and been captain of England, and for that I will always be grateful. Thank you very much.
The England manager Sven-Göran Eriksson stepped down after the tournament. He'd been criticised for pandering to David. This was the end of their special relationship and signalled the demise of Beckham's England career. Steve McClaren took over as the new England manager. When he announced the new team, everybody wondered whether it would include Beckham.
I spoke with David last Monday, notified him of my decision and said that I was planning for the future, looking to change things, looking to go in a different direction, and David wasn't included.
Back in Spain, Real Madrid also changed their manager for the final year of his contract. The new coach Capello hadn't been impressed by the star players, and Beckham was one of the first casualties.
I think he was using Beckham almost cynically as a vehicle to transmit a message to all the other players, because, you know, by putting Beckham on the bench and saying, look, I'm prepared to humiliate David Beckham.
After weeks of speculation, Real Madrid said they wouldn't be renewing David's contract. Then, in a shock announcement, the next day it was revealed that David would join Los Angeles Galaxy in a 5-year record-breaking deal.
To be able to bring a player like David Beckham, his stature, his experience, automatically makes the Los Angeles Galaxy a better soccer team, but it does so much more on and off the field for the sport in the United States.
The deal is allegedly the largest contract of its kind in the world, where David could earn a staggering $1 million a week. David said that Tom Cruise had a big influence on his decision to go to America. Many thought that Beckham's move to LA was for the money and the celebrity opportunities, and signalled the winding down of his football career. Now Beckham announced he would leave for America at the end of the season. The Real coach Capello said that David had played his last game for Madrid.
He could have opted to just concentrate in that new challenge and just not play any more part in Real Madrid, but that's never been David Beckham.
After a month, David fought his way back into the team, making Capello backtrack on his statement. Beckham played against Real Sociedad, he scored, and Real Madrid won 2-1. The revival for David and Real continued. They surged their way to the top of the league level with their arch-rivals Barcelona.
He used just his normal football terms to try to get back into that team, and the football made the decision. He deserved to play, and he's been a massive part on Real Madrid's revival.
Beckham was a key reason for Madrid's success, and once again he'd proven his doubters wrong. In May, Beckham confirmed his popularity in the UK by being named Britain's greatest ambassador. He also received an award for outstanding contribution to sport. He jetted into London from Madrid to collect the award, and he had a message for the nation.
Not being in the team is very, very difficult, but I've always said, and I will always say, while I'm still playing, I'm always available for the country.
David had been playing some of the best football of his life. The England manager who dropped him could ignore him no longer and recalled David to the England team. David seemed to be a popular choice with the public. They came out in force to see him play in the first match at the newly built Wembley Stadium in a high-profile game against Brazil.
Well, I think it's good that he's back.
I feel it's well deserved. He's been playing well for Madrid and hopefully he can continue his good form tonight.
David Beckham's awesome. Best English player ever. Absolute legend.
He gives the drive and he's got the spirit for England that we need.
David played well against Brazil and was the provider for England's goal.
67 minutes gone. Here's John Terry! And that surely cements David Beckham's place against Estonia.
I think the David Beckham story and obviously what he's achieving, being dropped, coming back, being popular again, is fantastic. Fantastic theatre, fantastic media.
A week later, England looked set to crash out of the European Championships. But Beckham set up 2 goals in a must-win game against Estonia. David had answered his critics, and the win put England's European Championship plans back on track.